Hey guys, I'm gonna do the Cotto versus Mayweather prediction. Before I get to the prediction, I'm going to talk about a little bit about Cotto's career. Anybody talking shit about Cotto, Mayweather ducking Cotto is full of shit. Cotto himself has said, "I never wanted to fight Mayweather." As simple as that. They're both under Top Rank. Top Rank is never going to put their star Puerto Rican fighter against somebody that can possibly beat them, because Puerto Rican fighters have a large built-in fan base. All you have to do, if you're a Puerto Rican fighter, all you have to do is have some pop on your punches to be able to knock people out. And you automatically have a 4 million just on the island built-in crowd fan base. If you're Puerto Rican and you have knockout power and you're undefeated, you will have a built-in 4 million fans just on the island alone, not counting the people in New York, not counting the people all around the United States and many other parts of the world. So, as a promoter, you having a Puerto Rican star and keeping him undefeated is the best and only thing you can do. Why do you think Juanma Lopez never fought Gamboa? Think about this. If Gamboa beat Orlando Salido, and at that same weight, what reason did Orlando Salido have to fight someone like Juanma? Right after Salido lost to Gamboa, he should have been out of there. Why did Top Rank put Salido against Juanma? Because they didn't want to put Gamboa against Juanma, because there was a good chance Juanma would have been knocked out by Gamboa. And if he would have lost to Gamboa, he would have lost a lot of credibility, a lot of fans, because Puerto Rican fans like their fighters to be undefeated. That's why Trinidad was so popular. So that right there tells you that if Top Rank has a Puerto Rican fighter, they're not going to risk him losing to somebody else. In this case, Cotto versus Mayweather. Top Rank was not going to risk their top Puerto Rican draw against someone like Mayweather. And you can see that because when Salido beat Juanma the first time, they had an immediate rematch. And in the rematch, Salido, if Juanma would have ended on his feet, Salido would have lost that fight by a robbery. They were going to steal and rob Salido of his victory, and you will not see a rematch. Believe me, you were not going to see a rematch. That's how Top Rank works. They'll pay off judges, they'll buy decisions, and it does not matter what the other person does. If that person ends on their feet, they're going to win the fight. In this case, Top Rank was going to make Juanma win. Okay? We saw that in the Abril versus Brandon Rios fight. Complete robbery. But I'm sorry, that's another video. So with that said, there's no Mayweather was ducking Cotto. That's complete bullshit. Now on to the fight. Personally, I would have loved to see this fight right after Cotto beat Mosley. And if Margarito hadn't used loaded gloves, Cotto wouldn't have won that fight the first time. I would have loved to see that fight the first time, right after the first Margarito fight, if Cotto would have won that fight, which I believe was the plan of Mayweather, to fight whoever beat whoever would take this into consideration. Cotto was the welterweight champion. If he beat Margarito, he would have been, basically the undisputed welterweight in the world, except for like someone like Berto. And Berto didn't even have that much of a fan base. A lot of people didn't even know about him, so Cotto didn't really have to bother with him. But if he would have beat Margarito, he would have been up there. And I'm pretty sure Floyd would have fought him because Floyd's in the business of making money, and that would have been the fight to make business-wise at that time. But Top Rank didn't count on Cotto losing, so Cotto did lose, and then everything just went to hell. But on to the prediction. People seem to say that's going to be an easy fight for Mayweather. It may be. We actually don't know what type of fight it's going to turn out to. Cotto hasn't really given his game plan. For all we know, he might just be working on trying to knock him out in the first round. But his game plan has not been out there. He really hasn't said anything. In the 24/7, he's showing some type of training, but we don't know if it's just a staged training to make us believe he's going to go in there and try to do something different. My prediction is that Mayweather is going to win the fight. In the manner he's going to win it, we don't know. I could see a KO for Mayweather. I could see a unanimous decision. I could even see something like a split decision for Mayweather. The type of fight will be determined by Cotto. If Cotto has a really, really good game plan, his stamina holds up, he could give Mayweather a run for his money, especially if Mayweather's punch isn't really affecting him. Like, you have to understand that the type of fighters that beat someone like Cotto is the type of fighters that throw ridiculous amount of punches per round and are cheating. Manny Pacquiao steroids, and weight drained, and Antonio Margarito had bricks in his hands. So, but what those two fighters have in common is that they throw a lot of punches per round. People that don't throw a lot of punches per round tend to lose to Cotto. And, we can see someone like Judah hit Cotto with a lot of good punches, but didn't throw enough punches to keep him off. And then Cotto came back and knocked him out. Someone like Mosley. Mosley threw a lot of hard punches to try to knock him out in the first couple of rounds, but then figured out, hey, I'm not being able to hurt this guy. Now this guy's coming on strong. We need a second game plan. By that time, it was too late. So Cotto won unanimous decision. But the only two fighters to ever beat Cotto were fighters that threw at least 50, 60 punches a round. And Mayweather doesn't throw 60 punches a round. He's a lot more accurate, but he doesn't outwork his opponent. He just breaks them down by boxing. So with that said, I believe Mayweather's going to win. But depending on how well Cotto can take a punch and what type of game plan he has, I believe he can make it a really entertaining fight. And don't get me wrong, Cotto is going to be using, people don't understand, Cotto's not going to be using his normal gloves. Mayweather asked for 8-ounce gloves, okay? So not only is Cotto going to be a little bit faster because he doesn't have that weight on his hands, but now he's going to have a lot more power, pop on those punches because they're small gloves. So if Cotto catches him with a good left hook to the head or to the body, and Mayweather looks like he's in trouble, it's going to be a really, really long night for Mayweather. So I predict it's going to be a Mayweather fight, and I really, really hope I really, really hope that Mayweather gets the fight of his life. I mean, I hope Cotto goes in there and just tries to kill him with anything he throws. Like, I hope Cotto gives him the fight that nobody has ever given him, even if he does end up losing. Um, but that's what I hope. One side note before anything, um, I did notice something in the last couple of interviews I've seen with Mayweather, and I hope not, because if Cotto wins, I want him to win when Mayweather's at his best. You know, if Cotto wins, it wouldn't surprise me, because it wouldn't surprise me that Cotto, comes out with a punch that just hurts him so much that, he wins. It wouldn't surprise me. But I just believe that Mayweather will break him down systematically. And one thing I've noticed in the last couple of interviews, Mayweather seems to be sick. He seems like he's starting to get a cold, which I hope he doesn't, because if Cotto does win, I want him to win when Mayweather's at 100%. But that could be the determining factor in this fight. If Mayweather ends up getting a cold or something and ends up getting a little bit sick, we're really close to the fight day. So, I mean, he really doesn't have much wiggle room as far as recuperating from a cold or something like that. So, I mean, I hope not, but I think Mayweather's, by the way he sounds, by the way he in an interview I saw him grabbing his neck. His voice seems like it's, I don't know. So that could be something to look out for. Anyway, that's my prediction. I hope it's a really good fight. I don't want it to be a complete one-sided fight. I want it to be a toe-to-toe, not toe-to-toe, but I want Mayweather to be like, oh shit, this guy's trying to kill me type of fight, like this guy's really bringing it. So that's my prediction, and I'm going to try to do some other videos soon. So have a nice day.